We are live in Martinsville, Virginia for the 8th race of the 1998 NASCAR Winston Cup schedule. Today, it's the Goody's Headache Powder 500. The Walmart EverStart starting grid on the pole, Bobby Hamilton, who has his 5th career pole. On the outside of the row will be Mr. Martinsville, Rusty Wallace. Geoff Bodine will start in the 3rd position and alongside Ricky Rudd, who has his best starting position of the season. Back in row number 3, David Green, also his best start, and Ken Schrader. Bill Elliott will start in 7th position alongside John Andretti. Row number 5, Joe Nemechek and Bobby Labonte. In the 6th row, Rich Bickle substituting for Greg Sachs and Ted Musgrave. In the 7th row, it's Jeremy Mayfield, 2nd in points, and Darrell Waltrip, the winner of most races here among active drivers.
In row 8 this afternoon, or this morning, we find Geoff Bodine and Kyle Petty. Geoff Bodine, the winner here last fall. In row 9, Kenny Wallace and Mark Martin, 2 wins already in 1998. Back in row 10, Geoff Bodine and Ward Burton. In row 11, Sterling Marlin and Ernie Irvin. As we look at the rest of the field, Ned, do you think the weather delay has caused these guys any kind of problems?
Well, there will be a difference, I think, in the way the cars handle, because the sun seems to work better on this racetrack, or cars seem to work better in the sun because of the cement in the corners here at the Martinsville Speedway. Cold tires on that cement just don't do too good. So I think that it'll play to the favor of some. I bet there might be some that'll miss the setup, because when they set the cars up here on Saturday afternoon, it was cloudy.
Well, it is definitely a green racetrack because we had rain and lots of it yesterday that continued into last night. But overnight, the skies cleared, giving us a beautiful, although cool day here today for this race. There you take a look at the provisional starters. And back in the last position will be Terry Labonte, who had to take a previous champion's provisional to get into the race. Now, those that missed the race, they number 3, Wally Dallenbach, Dave Marcus, and Gary Bradbury. Pace car takes the hard left. And the green flag waves. Are following, and some side-by-side action back here.
Yeah, Mark Martin is making some pretty good time up on the outside. What happens on the start of the race?
Oh, we got a crash.
Darrell Waltrip and Geoff Burton.
Caution flag's waving. We see the official signifying to the crews that the caution flag is out. Geoff Burton is trying to get his car going and avoid losing the lap. He's going to back in his hole now. Try to put in first gear and drive away.
We ride along with Kenny Wallace. The crash occurs just ahead of him.
See Darrell in the yellow car down on the inside. Makes a little bit of contact right there with Geoff Burton. And that's all it took. As we watch it again coming off turn 2. Oh, it just shot him right straight into the wall. Burton's car was held up from hitting the wall by Darrell's car.
Here it is from another angle. Waltrip's car suffering much more damage than Burton, although Geoff's left front was damaged in the incident. And finally, from high overhead.
So it reminds me of when Ricky Rudd and Kenny Schrader spun off that corner a few years ago.
So the Pennzoil copter cam overhead.
Oh, we got Jimmy Spencer spinning down in one in front of a big group of cars, and Sterling Marlin come out to the side of him.
Boy, talk about your chain reaction. 5 cars.
10-21 now, 10-21.
When Jimmy Spencer spun, Sterling Marlin can't get going.
And Morgan Shepherd's car is stalled and will not start, and he gets lapped.
Morgan Shepherd is substituting for Mike Skinner this weekend.
I believe that Morgan stopped. I don't think there's any damage to his car.
Here's a replay.
There we see Spencer going around. We see all those cars. Dale Jarrett takes evasive action, goes to the outside, and Ward Burton And there we see Sterling Marlin right inside, and Morgan Shepherd stopped. He didn't hit anybody.
Nope, he didn't.
But his car will not start. That car is still sitting there.
Well, there's some rescue workers or track workers trying to push him off now.
In front of you. High, go high. At 21. There you go. Come on, baby. Come
Wow,
on.
Hutchinson was just missed too, didn't he?
I tell you what.
Are complete now. As we ride along with...
Oh, and David Green in the wall in turn 1 hard.
David was running in 6th place.
Tears the back bumper off.
That's not all that's tore off. He got in the wall awfully hard.
Caution is coming out. Wall hard on lap number 71 from Bill Elliott's on board. Watch up ahead, way ahead. There is single car crash. Has got loose, went way up into the fence. No brakes and a hard impact with the wall. But David spot.
Jeff Burton spun over there a little bit ago, but there was no caution. And look what happened to his brother when he's trying to avoid the spin. Now here we are, coming off. He's coming off the pit road. He and Kyle Petty both went down pit road on the backstretch, and as Ward Burton came around, he spun out on the grass. Still no caution. He wasn't out on the racetrack. He didn't bother a thing.
We are under caution, as you probably know. We are under caution because on lap 100, we'll show you that Terry Labonte spun coming off turn 2.
Well, he's going to get a little bit of tap there from Jeff Green driving the car number 30. Terry tried to save it. It was right in front of the leaders, but he spins it down on the inside. Didn't hit anything, but the caution came out.
There we see Terry Labonte as he spins down through the back. It looks like he's going right in the backstretch, but about right there, all of a sudden the car swaps in again, and Labonte did a great job to keep that Kellogg's car off the inside wall.
From the Pennzoil copter cam, there's the contact, and there's the spin by Terry Labonte right in front of his teammate Jeff Gordon, who was at that time running in 2nd position by John Andretti, running 4th.
Oh, and there we see some contact between the 97 and the 7. And the caution, yes, the caution is out.
And Dale Earnhardt missed, but I don't know how.
We were watching that just a moment ago. As we see all these cars, there we see Geoff Bodine, and here comes the 97 car, makes contact with Bodine, and look at Earnhardt. Oh, almost running the back of the 97, but did not do it. And Geoff Bodine puts it in 1st gear and drives away.
Here's the Pennzoil copter cam shot.
There you see that contact just a little bit. Didn't take much, and boy, what a traffic jam it created when everybody jammed on the brakes and tried to get going again.
We're under caution because of an incident up in turn number 4. We're going to ride along with Jerry Nadeau and see what happened.
We see Randy LaJoy there in the Budweiser car. Geoff Bodine spins. I don't know if there was contact between the two or not.
And here they are coming into the pits, and he gets up there and nudges John Andretti a little bit. Get out of my way, John.
Wow.
Straight out of the pits at least. We had an incident over in turn number 2 that has brought out the caution once again. Johnny Benson ended up against the wall. Lake Speed ended up facing the other direction. Now look what happened during the caution. Bobby Hamilton sees the incident ahead of him.
Never see Lake Speed in the middle of the racetrack. Earnhardt sees, he hits the accelerator and says, here's my chance to get a lap back. He dives on the inside of Hamilton. They go in turn 3 now. Hamilton says, I need to keep his 3-car lap down. He goes on the outside because there is a slow car there, but Earnhardt wisely goes up the hill, moves Hamilton up just a little bit, enough that he can't get that run off the corner, and Earnhardt gets that lap back.
And Rich Bickle tried to get the lap back right there at the line, but NASCAR ruled that he did not. Now, also during this caution period, look what happened to Mark Martin.
He was running in 10th place, and it looks like he headed into the pits, Bob.
Yeah.
And then the pits were closed. Is that right, Bill Weber?
That's exactly right, Ned. And what happened is Mark realized his mistake too late. The pits were closed. He swung the car back to the right, hit the water barrels that protect the end of the wall. He is now pitted. He's in pit road for his second visit. He says the car is towed in badly. The crew working to pull the sheet metal away from the left front.
And when he couldn't get by him, he decided, look, I'm using my car up way too much.
Waltrip is spinning in turn 2. He
Right in front of the leaders.
Yep. Mark Martin had some contact with him, and the caution waves once again.
There's a piece of debris, a piece of aluminum or something laying on the racetrack over there. As DW's going the wrong way. Caution flag waves again.
Like Geoff Gordon did last year. Here's the incident. Contact between Martin and Darrell Waltrip, spinning Darrell around and doing damage to both NASCAR Winston Cup competition. His most recent victory was at Rockingham last October.
Got a spin on the backstretch.
Spin on the backstretch. Kenny Wallace and Chad Little. Wallace gets the worst end of the deal, and the caution is waving once again.
Yep.
See what happened. That was Steve Grissom alongside Kenny Wallace.
And then Chad Little started up under him, and they got together.
Down to Bill Weber. Jerry, did he only take 2 tires?
Bob, that's exactly right. They put only 2 right side tires on the STP Pontiac. I asked Robbie Loomis why. The crew chief for the John Andretti said, Doc, we tried it earlier in the race and realized that really didn't hurt our lap times that much. Plus, we only had about 40 laps on the left side tires, so we're okay. We knew we couldn't beat them anyway if we put 4 on. They put 4, so we'll put 2 on and see if we can hang on and make them use their brakes to pass us. Let's check in now.
Decided Bill Elliott and continue that charge to the front. Now the 8 car spins and the caution comes out.
Yep, Hut Strickland over in turn number 2 is facing the wrong direction, and so the caution once again comes out for the 10th time.
You're going to have to, yeah. We'll get tires. You get caught up here and then we'll get
Well, we are under caution here at Martinsville once again. We've got some marks there on the racetrack, and that's because we had a little incident up in turn number 4 a few laps ago. And then
did not cause a caution flag, as a matter of fact. That we see, you ever see the cars come off the corner? There's a 41 Steve Grissom. The 30 car of Jeff Green gets in the back of him. Grissom nails the gas, tries to do the 360, and does it. Good job, Steve.
Very good.
He puts it in gear and drives away. No caution flag, but the cars go down in turn 1, and Hut Strickland spun out.
Exactly.
And here's Hut Strickland. Going around the race. Caution flag. Kenny Strader, the 33 car, Stowe car, pitted on the front stretch, and Dale Jarrett pitted on the back. And there we see Jimmy Spencer coming off 2, has looped it, but he fires the engine. We see it. He's waiting for the caution flag. He wants a caution flag. Oh, no, not for the leader, Jimmy, but he did it.
Ooh, this could get ugly.
Everybody has to hit.
Caution is out now, though. Jimmy was very slow on the restart. I don't know if he had a tire down or what the problem was, but he was, a lot of cars were dodging. Okay, we see Spencer in the 23 car down on the inside, and you see the car just gets loose, goes out from under him. I think he had a flat tire.
And that's probably why he sat there wanting the caution flag to come out, because he knew he had to go to the pits and change tires, and he'd much rather do it on the caution. And here they all come. Bill Weber.
Jeremy Mayfield will be among to reach his pit stall. This should be a 4-tire stop. Some teams have discussed going with 2. That hasn't worked with a lot of guys today. Mayfield has not talked much about his brake problem, so maybe it is improving. Right sides are on. They come around to the left. There will be 4 tires and fuel. Jerry Punch.
Likewise, 4 tires for the car number 4 and the car number 2. Bobby Hamilton, as Gordon is down and away. Rusty Wallace gets the break. He wanted to come in and get tires on the last caution, but did not because Hamilton didn't pit. Now he is down and away. Hamilton comes out behind the 12 car.
Hamilton trying to do the same thing, and
Sterling Marlin loops coming off turn 4. No caution yet. He's rolling. There will be no caution.
Yep, he was down off the racetrack on the exit of pit road from the backstretch, so it was okay.
What happened to Sterling down there?
It's Kenny Irwin in the 28 car on the outside of him there, and looks like it just back end went up under it. Did they make contact?
Looks like they did. Looked like Irwin just barely caught Sterling Marlin in the right rear and around. By Musgrave. Brian Rusty on the outside. Man, it just doesn't sound right saying that.
But he's already done it a time or two today. So he knows he can do it, and he did it again.
Boy, he has been very impressive.
Yes, he has. A great, great race car. And a great job by Hamilton.
Another spin. Geoff Bodine is against the wall, and Jeff Burton was also involved, as was Steve Grissom, and that could have been a lot worse.
That's Brett Bodine. We saw Brett Bodine had a great run going.
Yep.
And Jeff Burton has a flat left front tire.
Jeff Burton from any chance of a real positive finisher. Now they're going to have to cut the rest of the sheet metal away, so we'll sit here on pit road a little longer.
Folks, now see the front of that car? That's what smushed is.
All right, from Kenny Wallace's perspective. Well, Kenny made it through, but you can't say so much for the 3 cars that were ahead of him.
And none of the leaders decided to pit.
Good racing here in these closing laps.
Oh, a little contact. And Musgrave is trying to drive on the outside.
Whoa.
Wallace almost hit him.
Let's see loose. Looked like dirt track racing.
Man, oh man.
They're going to root Rusty right out. Musgrave comes right on the inside.
John Andretti.
That's the first time I've seen that 4 car slip all day.
Yeah. Well, he has come from what, 10th, I believe he was?
10th or 11th.
Yeah.
Wow. Looking on the outside, he's been good up in that top lane here this afternoon.
Even though Andretti is about to be passed in the lead, consider the job he has done. They did not pit on lap 390 when the 4 car pitted for 4 tires, and on the previous pit stop, the 43, only got 2 right side tires. So his right side tires are about 120 laps old. His left side tires were put on way back on lap 310. He's going to run the final 200 laps on the same left side tire.
Battle for 6th there, Musgrave and Gordon.
I'm sure that John Andretti is doing everything he can right now to catch that 4 car. And the last 2 or 3 laps, he has not gained anything. It's still about 1.4 second advantage between the first and second place car.
Ted Musgrave has stopped gaining on the leaders. He's gotten all that heavy traffic that the leaders have gone through, and he's not gaining anymore. In fact, he's losing a little bit of ground to him now. He's a little over 6 seconds behind.
Kenny Irwin running between the first and second cars. Kenny is back in 19th spot, 2 laps down. Well, here's once again Jeremy Mayfield and Jeff Gordon, except now they're about to get lapped.
And that is a battle for position. Jeremy Mayfield is running in 9th. Jeff Gordon running in 8th. Jeremy moves over, lets the faster car go by. He's going to try to follow that 4 car through.
And 43 is off the pace. He's way off the pace.
John Andretti running second, drops off the pace here with less than 6 laps to go.
Oh, man, oh, man. I wonder if he can run out of gas.
Surely not. Could be, though. I don't know.
That's changed 2 tires. They might have not gotten enough fuel in the car.
That's going to move Ted Musgrave up to 2nd position.
Andretti's going to head for the pits. Wow,
yes.
he is out of fuel.
How about that? Wow. Bill Weber.
That's what they told me. He's out of fuel. The STP Pontiac slowly coasting down pit road. 495 laps on the board. The car was not running. He hasn't refired. Now it stalls. He has some fuel in there. They'll have to spray the ether in there again. Once you get it going the first time, it's much more difficult to get it going the second time. It stalls again. The crew pushing him down pit road, and a great day for Andretti comes to a terrible close.
Meanwhile, down the straightaway comes Bobby Hamilton, completing the 497th lap, 3 to go. Earnhardt and Randy LaJoie are battling for fourth.
Earnhardt has marched through this field since he came out of the pits. He was in 14th position and now trying to take over fourth. That's the old Earnhardt of old.
Yes, it is. One time, remember, he was a lap down to the field.
Right. Got his lap back and still in fifth at the moment. Randy LaJoie fighting to hold on.
Dale Jarrett would be the big gainer in the point standings. If they were awarded now, he would move up 3 spots.
White flag is out.
One more lap to go for Bobby Hamilton. Clear sailing ahead. He's got John Andretti, who was behind him, now just ahead of him on this final lap. But Andretti has lost a lap and is in 18th. Here's Bobby Hamilton taking the checkered flag and winning the Goody's Headache Powder 500 at Martinsville, collecting his 3rd career victory.
And Dale Earnhardt got by Randy LaJoie.
Musgrave will finish 2nd, Jarrett 3rd, and then Dale Earnhardt finishes 4th to Randy LaJoie's 5th. Bill Weber.
First of 1998 and the first at Martinsville, Virginia. Here comes the winner of the 43rd running of the Goody's 500 out of his race car. Well, Bobby Hamilton, to sum up your performance today, it was a domination by one car that was a class of the field.
I'm tired, Jerry. I stood up in that seat all day long, you know. If you don't think NASCAR didn't make the right decision on the 5-5 rule, these things had air pushes at Martinsville. So I knew it was really important to stay out front and keep clean air to the nose of the car. But Charlie Broomholzer puts the bodies on. Zeke, what'd you say your brother's name was? I got to say hi to Russell. All the guys at the shop, you guys, they built a brand new car a week and a half ago. This thing was a hull. It was a wreck from here 2 years ago. They just shoved it in the corner. I told them I wanted that kind of chassis. They put it together. It just made for a good day. Kodak, it's a great, man.
Not only the lion's share of a $1.8 million purse, but $106,400 extra from the 76 Racing Challenge.
That's good. I think we led the halfway money and got that, so if you're going to do it, might as well do it right. That's what the 24 does to us.
How about traffic? You were back in traffic a couple times by virtue of problems on pit road with the right rear tire possibly, but you moved right back through, marched right back to the front.
It was more than anything. We didn't really lose that much on 4 tires. If everybody took 4 tires, but everybody's taking on 2 tires, and that would set us back. But it'd take them about 10 or 15 laps, and all of a sudden their 2 tires would give up, and we'd come on.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, bud. Appreciate it.
Bobby Hamilton in victory lane for the first time in 1998. His first win at Martinsville, and these guys now go to a track they love a lot, Talladega Superspeedway.